Hi, today we're going to teach you how to flush the transmission fluid on a 22R engine transmissions. Hopefully you know what a transmission is since you're watching this video, and today we're just going to teach you how to drain and fill your transmission. There are a lot of concepts here like a drain plug, a fill plug, the gear oil that are universal across different transmissions. Today we're doing a 5-speed manual. We've also done a 4-speed manual, very similar on the 4-speed sped up, just a little bit smaller. So, gear oil, that's what you're going to fill the transmission with. The fill bolts on these transmissions on the 22Rs are notorious for being hard to get out. The one that's currently on there is stripped, and that caused a problem for us. You know, we didn't take off the fill plug first. That's important. Remember that before you even start, that you check that fill plug and make sure that you can get it off, and we couldn't get it off. So we got the original Toyota fill plug. This is a harder part to buy. You can't get it at Advance. You need to make sure that you go to the dealership to get this part, and I'll include the part number in the link. This part is also different from model to model too, so make sure that you're getting the correct one for your vehicle. There's also a little ring gasket in there, a little metal ring. It almost kind of looks like a little rivet or something, and they have that in there that'll go on the inside. But again, I can't stress enough that if you don't check the fill plug first and you were to drain the thing and you weren't able to seal it up again, then you wouldn't be able to drive the new toy that you just bought, or you wouldn't be able to drive your vehicle if that's your daily driver. So make sure that you get this. And then in here we just have a regular metric socket set that'll enable us to get the new one on. And then here we have gloves and then a few different funnels, right? Because this is going to be a little bit hard to fill. The transmission sits at a horizontal plane, right? Like this, going back in your vehicle. So you can imagine the way we're filling this up, we're filling it from the side on a fill port. Sometimes they might be on the top, again, different designs on different transmissions, but on the 4-speed and on the 5-speed, they're both on the side, and they both have this little collar on them. You can see it right on there. See that collar? And that makes sense, right? Because this is a fill plug, and you need to have that collar on there to create a better seal. And then this is going to sit on the inside of that. There are other bolts on there. Those are more structural, and you'll see them. They're gigantic hex bolts. Now we're under the truck. Hopefully you can see me all right. We got a fill pan, right? Because we want to be able to put this nasty ass, who knows how old fluid somewhere. We also have a piece of cardboard that this is sitting on because we don't want to make a mess in your driveway. You know, you're buying stuff from Amazon all the time. Get a cardboard box, lay it down, make it easy for yourself. And then we have our giant channel locks. Now again, this is the tool of choice for just about anything on a vehicle when you just need to put it to it. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is get this stripped bolt off, as you can see right up there. And this is what we're replacing right here. And I have some PB Blast, liquid wrench, whatever your preference is, you can spray that on there. Okay, so I just got it busted. Just kind of got a good grip on, just kind of budge it or torque it, you know, pretend like you're dislodging it. So try to give it a good little herky-jerky if it's not getting off there. So now I got my pan, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to shoot out, and I know it's going to be filthy, so I'm going to hold the pan up right here so I can start to catch it. See if anything comes out of here. It might have leaked so much transmission fluid that not a whole lot comes out of the fill plug. Look at that. Alright, so got the fill plug off. Now we're going for the drain plug here. This is a 24 millimeter on the 5-speed. It's loose though, that's good. Alright, here we go. Take care here, it's gonna shoot out quick. Get ready to catch it here. Ready, go. Ooh! The dirtiest transmission fluid in town, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just gonna let that sit now for a while. That's gonna pour out real steady at first, but then it's just gonna go to a drip. So now you can go work on a different project while this drains. While we're draining, we're gonna talk about filling here. So one thing is that really dirty tranny fluid you saw. Just comparatively, I'm just going to get a little bit out of here. See how clear that is? I'm going to pour it right into this cap here. You see that? Look how clear that is. In fact, I'll take a little out of that cap because I got plenty extra, and just for the sake of this video, look right here. So sometimes people will say, oh, that's what color it's supposed to be, or oh, it started out black, or I don't think so. It's clear. Now, here I want to show you fill plug. See that? That's what we had to take off. So somebody probably didn't have the right tool or anything, and they stripped that down all the way down to a little ring. And this is what it should look like, right? A regular hexagonal bolt nut. So the tool that we used for that were channel locks. Make sure that when you're working on your transmission, or really anything on your engine, don't use pliers on a hexagonal bolt. Go to Walmart and get the right tool for a few bucks. Here's the transmission fluid that came out of this thing. I don't know if you can see it. No transparency to it, whatever, right? It's completely opaque. You can't even see through it. And it smells terrible, it looks terrible. It is terrible. So we're gonna see how much was left in this truck. I mean, that is just like thick like mud. Absolutely disgusting. This probably has not been changed in a long time. And there's a pitiful amount of transmission fluid in this transmission. So it looks like with that stripped bolt on there and stuff, maybe somebody thought about doing it at one point and they just decided they didn't want to go to Toyota and give them $5. I assure you it's worth it. Back under the Toyota, little shop towel, cleaning up what we're working on. You know, we love this old truck. It's been neglected. Now it's living with us. It's got a better life with Ryan and Brian. This thing has 256,000 miles on it, and it's been driven that long, and who knows how long without the fluid being flushed. We don't want to disturb it too much. So for today, for this flush, we're totally fine with just draining that fluid out and putting nice, clean fluid in there that's not mud. As far as tight, I just put it good and tight. How tight? Good and tight. You don't want to make it so hard that you can't get it off there later with the same tool, right? Fill plug is right up here, which is really, really high. These are kind of known for being difficult. We got in here and of course it was difficult. So we switched from the rubber funnel, and you definitely can make it work with these, folks. I definitely got some in here with this. So if you need to kind of squeeze this in there and mangle the bottle, it does have a little volume and space in it. You could make it work, but you're not going to get everything out of here. It's going to be messy and inefficient. So what we got up here now is a fill funnel that actually has a tube attached to it, and we're going to go up top into the engine bay and use gravity to our advantage, and this thing's going to fill it all up. So I got the funnel in there pretty good at the base in the fill hole. So I'm going to just start filling the funnel up top here. Using gravity to our advantage. And we're going to have a little exercise in patience here. Just let it fill, let it fill, let it fill. Listen for any dripping. I can tell by the consistency of how it's filling that it's still in there. There's a nice good little vacuum. So I'll get it all kind of filled up here, and then I'm gonna go take a peek downstairs. Yeah, it's in there nice and good. It's not gonna move. So let's rinse and repeat. So we know we pulled a half a gallon out of there, and we know that a half a gallon is 64 ounces. And we bought these in quarts, which a quart is 32 ounces. So that means I should be able to put 2 full quarts of this gear oil in there before I even have to think about the third one. And like I was saying earlier, imagine if you had to sit down there and mangle at least 3 bottles, and you're not going to get all your money out of it, you know? You're just throwing stuff in the landfill, wasting fluid. So a funnel like this can be built relatively easy. If you just go to Home Depot, you can get some corrugated tubing and then fit it on the outside of a funnel and just put a little clamp over it, and you could make your own. So if you're not sure where to buy one or you can't access one, you could definitely make your own. And now we're on the third bottle. Now on this 5-speed, I'm expecting it to take the whole bottle. A lot of what you can find online says that these are around 6 pints. So I'll know when it's full because I'll be down on the bottom watching, and I'll be looking for that fill plug to see if any starts to come right out the opening, and then I know, okay, it's full. So it's looking pretty full here. We got the last little bit coming down the line. I can see it. It's dripping pretty steady out the side. I'm trying not to waste too much of this, but I'd rather have it be really full and topped off than waste too much. So alright, so we got the fill nut, we got the hose, and I'm just going to be kind of ready there to do it. And that's all the extra coming out of the line, most of that, don't worry. And that's okay. Alright, and I'm just going to get it hand tight on there for now. With my little metal gasket on there. Oh, it looks so much better than the original, nice and new. Again, folks, $5, go to the Toyota dealer, they can get you that part still. It's used on a lot of different parts on these vehicles. Alright, so now I'm probably just going to clean a little bit of that off. I don't want all that to heat up and burn off too much. And then we'll fire it up and see how it feels. And of course I'll tighten up that bolt really quick with the socket. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And this is that little fill with the hose that we were using just there. That really saved the day. Pretty easily made. And yeah, thanks for watching. We're gonna go take it for a spin and see how she's shifting.